Just as small as it is, it can either make or break your progress when you're trying to lose belly fat. So what is this one thing I'm talking about?
So you know that type of hunger that will catch you when you've been out all day. Like work has stressed you, traffic has dealt with you, sun has hammered you, your brain is fried, and you just want to go home and eat.
This was how I looked before 2015. And the funny thing is that during that period, I was eating healthy, going to the gym at least 5 times every week. But for some reasons, my tummy fat just refused to reduce. I'm not even gonna lie, that was one of the most frustrating experiences of my life. Like, I couldn't make sense out of it, and the more I thought about it, the more confused I became. At first, I blamed my genes, and I said maybe that is just the way my stomach is. I will just accept it like that. But deep down in my mind, I knew that some things weren't adding up. So, I decided to stop focusing on only what I was eating and the exercises I was doing. And that was when I noticed something that completely changed the way that I saw losing belly fat forever. This is something that most people are not paying attention to. As a matter of fact, many people ignore it because it is not very obvious. But at the long run, it compounds. And I'm going to be sharing that something with you in a minute. Not only am I going to reveal what this one thing is, but at the end of this video, you should be able to deal with it just like I did in 2015 when I went from this to this in 3 months. See, the reason why most people ignore this little thing is because it's not obvious, but it keeps compounding. And just as small as it is, it can either make or break your progress when you're trying to lose belly fat. So what is this one thing I'm talking about? You see, when I stopped focusing on just what I was eating and the exercises I was doing, I began to notice a pattern. Not immediately though, but over time, this pattern began to show itself. Mind you, at this time, the number on the scale was going down. So I was losing weight, right? But my stomach just remained the same. Like the size was so annoying.
Oh my God. Hey God.
Thinking back, I can actually laugh about it right now, but at that time, it was not funny at all, to be honest with you, because I was doing all this work and I was not getting result for the work I was doing. So I really felt frustrated. But anyways, my breakthrough came when I started focusing on what I was actually doing after my 9 to 5. And one pattern stood out, that is eating late night food. See, I'm not saying that when you eat late night food, it automatically transforms into belly fat. Actually, what I observed was way deeper than that. I observed that the foods that I ate late at night were not planned meals. They were hunger-driven meals.
So you know that type of hunger that will catch you when you've been out all day. Like work has stressed you, traffic has dealt with you, sun has hammered you, your brain is fried, and you just want to go home and eat. Now you're not even eating for nutrition, you're just eating as a way to comfort yourself. And the bad part about this kind of food is that you don't choose your food. It's your food that will choose you. So whatever you lay your hands on goes straight into your mouth because your willpower is gone, decision fatigue has set in, and now you're just eating to make yourself feel good.
So after eating this late night food, I also noticed something. I noticed that even though I am fatigued and tired, I am always unable to sleep. Like I'll just be restless, turning and tossing on the bed. And then when finally sleep comes, it is almost morning. So my sleep automatically becomes shorter, less restful, and I'll even now wake up in the morning feeling hungry. If this same thing happens to you whenever you eat late night food, just leave a comment below because I would really like to know if this is just me or it happens to other people too. And by the way, let me take a minute to appreciate every one of you who have been leaving comments and engaging with my videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you because you are letting me know that what I am doing on this channel is providing value to you. So thank you. Now back to the story. So after I discovered this pattern of eating late at night and being unable to sleep afterwards, I became curious and decided to look it up. And what I discovered then, guys, blew my mind. And I'm sure it's still going to shock you. So let me just go ahead and share it with you. Just look at this one line. It says, eating late at night disrupts sleep because it forces your body to stay active when it should be resting. Guys, this one line explains everything that was happening to me. So this is what I have been dealing with all this while. Like when I read this, it blew my mind. Like, wow. So this is the gatekeeper that has been stopping me from losing belly fat. Guys, what this whole passage is explaining is that your body is tired and wants to rest. But instead of you to allow it to rest, you give it more work by feeding it. And so your body stays awake to do the work that you gave it to do, which is processing and digesting the food that you just ate. Now, to deal with the stress of staying awake, your body releases what we call cortisol hormone. This cortisol hormone is also known as the stress hormone. And because the organs around your tummy have more stress receptors than every other organ in your body will now store the excess fat mostly around your stomach region. So this is the reason why you can be eating healthy, you can be eating enough protein, you can be doing exercise, but your pot belly will still remain. It is not because it is stubborn. It is because of this little habit that has become a gatekeeper to your losing your belly fat. Guys, this was what I found out in 2015, and it changed my whole weight loss trajectory. You see how an innocent, I am so hungry, I came back late from work, let me just eat something and go to bed, has become the gatekeeper to me losing my belly fat.
Continue.
And within 3 months, when I fixed this, I went from this to this. And you can also do the same. But the big question now is, how do you now fix it? Now you know the problem. How do you fix it? The truth is, there is no one size fits all to this problem. But at least now we know the problem. And like they say, a problem known is half solved, right? So for me, my solution wasn't straightforward because I lived in Lagos, where you actually spend more time in traffic than you spend in the office. So it was always certain that I would be getting home late. So what I did was that I decided to start eating more protein in the afternoon. So I got fish, I got meat, and I started eating more of those in the afternoon, getting my protein up. And that kept me full for a longer period of time. And then in the evening, before I go home, I buy Greek yogurt and walnuts, peanuts, and fruits like garden egg. That was what I was eating in the traffic before I got home. So when I get home, I'm not even thinking about eating. I'm thinking about just going straight to bed. And then my sleep was better and stress reduced. And within 3 months, the stomach disappeared. I know I've been getting a lot of comments, people saying that losing pot belly is difficult, it's hard, they've been trying over months. Yes, I understand your frustration, trust me, because I was there too. But now that you are aware of the blockers to your progress when you're trying to lose belly fat, it will only cost you a little bit more of planning and thinking outside of the box to fix this problem. If you know that your work requires you to stay up late at night, then plan your meals beforehand. What will you be eating during this period? Go for protein-dense foods during the day. And then if you're going to stay awake at night, snack on foods with less calories. Also, make sure you're getting enough sleep and keep your stress level down. A simple technique to help you keep your stress level down is deep breathing. If you do it 5 times to 10 times, anytime you're feeling stressed, trust me, you will begin to breathe better. What happens is that more oxygen gets into your lungs and to your brain, and then you are able to deal with the situation better. But the thing is, eating late at night is just one of the many gatekeepers that can block your progress when you're trying to lose belly fat. So if you haven't watched this video where I talked about the role of protein in losing belly fat and the right exercises you should be doing, the right muscle groups you should be working on, because just working on your tummy every day would not cut it when it comes to losing belly fat. If you haven't watched that video, I suggest you go ahead and watch it, because this will actually be a game changer for you in your weight loss and belly fat journey. And until I see you in my next one, I say cheers to the fit version of yourself.